In a perfect existence, there could be only one prime mover. For when something is perfect, anything perfect other than itself must be identical and therefore redundant. That which is perfect must be an entirely self-contained and self-justifying singularity without a mechanism. It would have no need to change or move, or need to know anything outside of itself, or a need of a mind, or a desire for love. In such a perfect harmony, there would be no need for diversity. In such a well-balanced, homogeneous oneness, with no difference in forces, no energy would flow. Neither time nor space, which are the width and warp of matter, would exist. Have no need of an origin, purpose, or destiny. It would be everything, but it would be nothing. While the prime mover remained unmoving, it would be immortal, and dead to all, even to itself. For it to move in the act of creation would start time running, and the substance of the prime mover would have barked from the birth canal of causality, which flows to entropy, which is also called death. Yet what did it profit the prime mover's existence? What use was such perfection? Renders it, and even perfection itself, meaningless. If it contained a mind, would such a singularity be a warm move of sublime self-knowledge, or an icy tomb of loneliness with a need for others? For all eternity, this perfect mote floated in the void of nothingness until its first act. It moved. And in the act of moving, it created. The eternal mote ruptured, and the void was rimmed with heat and light as all the false existence poured forth. It created from the only material existed, itself, other entities than itself. To move and produce harmonic to itself, the prime mover passed through a fundamental wave of imperfection and produced the cat's cradle we call the universe. The perfect in moving knew imperfection. The singularity that contained all that existed was ruptured with incomprehensible force, sending parts of itself into the formless void. But the chaos contained tiny seeds of consensus, which come together like dust particles in red rocks. This order begat laws, not the laws of logic or wisdom, but the mandate of the just so. Forces begat mass and velocity. Forces made alliances particles, particles formed atoms, atoms slotted together as elements, molecules, compounds, and finally, life. And that life which flowed from it only came from imperfection. Only by virtue of imperfection could it continue to move and exist. The whirling maelstrom began to stabilize and flocculate into levels of order, and those that flowed from it saw their own level. From angels, it said, who exulted in harmony above, to the devils below, who rejoiced in chaos. And in between, in the green limbo called earth, cruel creatures, mercifully ignorant of such matters. But near the midnight of creation, they begat the most tormented of species, cursed with insatiable appetite for perfection, and can never be satisfied in an inherently imperfect world. Apes, who invented the dinner suit in expectation of an unattainable banquet. Man.